All right. Well, this episode went sideways.
So y'all should record this as a.
You've never been in a porta potty?
No.
Oh my god!
I think most people haven't. I try not even piss on them if I can help it.
Are you human? No one. Body.
Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Idiots Talking Toys. You are here for part 2 of That Junkman. He is going to be here again with us. We hit pause on the conversation from last week, and we are going to pick it right back up. If you're enjoying the content we put out, please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of new videos as they come out. If you're listening here on YouTube, where I'm staring at myself on the screen, if you're on a podcast app, subscribe there as well. But please remember to come over to YouTube because we put out other content throughout the week that does not get put out on the podcast apps each Sunday night. So come on over, enjoy us there as well. And we have a brand new merch shop. If you go to 5idiotstalkingtoys.com, grab yourself a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, a mug, some stickers, and support the show for the content that we make that you love. We hope. Please subscribe and comment. And let's jump right back into the Junkman. Boys, what are we talking about now? Darren's here, a.k.a. That Junkman. Let's get into it.
So you mostly do Star Wars. Is there any other lines you do, or?
Well, I do about everything.
Yeah,
mostly
he's done a lot
toys.
of Indiana Jones.
I mean,
I don't like to say I'm a toy channel, but I know 90% of my videos are toys. But it's mostly pop culture, 80s, 90s history stuff. Yeah.
And that's one thing about your videos too; they're very well researched.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Let's just say they appear to be very well researched.
Okay. Well, they're research, but I'm doing 2 a day, so sometimes I only spend like an hour sometimes.
You've put out a lot of stuff though that, like, even me, I've been collecting since like the 90s and stuff, and there's a couple of things that I didn't even know that they were trying to make. I think you made a bunch of videos of stuff that they were going to make and they were in the process of doing it but never came out with it. And
yeah, I always like to find something that people's going to say I didn't know that or I don't remember that. It's like 2 goals I like to have.
Yeah.
So there's even stuff I find out when I'm trying to find stuff for videos. Oh, I didn't know about that.
I think my favorite one recently was the one with the X-Wing with the Red 5 and the Red 3.
Oh yeah, I was surprised so many people took to that one.
I had no idea that those 3 stripes stand for Red 3.
Yeah.
And then Luke has 5. Yeah. I don't think I realized that for years later either. I was like, oh, okay.
I liked it because I used to work the night shift at my job, and for a while you were putting out videos. I want to say like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I tried that and we didn't do too good.
I know you tried it.
I was doing 3 videos a day, one at 3 a.m., one at noon, and one at 8. And then 3 a.m.s wasn't. But they were more like reaction videos, and they were. I
was at work, and then all of a sudden I would look at my phone, like, oh shit, it's a new video. Here we go.
Oh, see, I was thinking. I said, this is going to be people that's either on like a different time zone or working late at night. They want something.
It worked for me. I think you put like a couple of alien ones. I think if I remember, I think an alien.
I probably did, but
it worked for him and Raul.
Yeah.
Junkman woke up in the morning and he's like, all right, I got 1 view.
It wasn't really the people didn't watch it. It was the content. I was doing like 3. Well, I was like reacting to other videos and stuff. It wasn't my format. It just didn't work. and it was a pain to do 3 videos a day. 2's hard enough as it is.
Oh, and you were doing that 7 days a week or 5 days a week?
5 days a week.
Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
we can't even do 1 video a week. We're struggling.
That's what YouTube likes. The more you do.
Yeah. You do a variety of different length videos too. So you have the ability to, pump out some shorter ones, and then, those will get a lot of views sometimes. People don't always want to sit for, 45 minutes and watch something.
Yeah, my noon video is usually 5 minutes, somewhere around there. And then my longer video will be like the 8 o'clock video. And then sometime at noon, I'll get lazy and I'll just go get a video from 2016 and re-upload it as a classic.
Yeah. Now, do you straight re-upload that, or do you do a reaction to it at all, or like?
No, it's straight. What I do lately is I take the audio out and put something over it because I don't like my old setup and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it don't have audio ready, I put the new logo at the beginning that says classic. But and someone's done a lot better than them. It's been up for three years. It's already got more views.
So we've only been doing this for 6 months, and we started doing the same thing, and it worked so much better also.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people digging them old archives. 6 months. They won't dig back 6 months. Woo.
How dare you, Christopher? We've been up for 9 months now. Don't you cut us short?
9 months.
Yeah.
9 months. You can't even count those first few months because you probably had 0 views.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Do you watch your own videos?
All the time. I do watch them a lot.
Do you ever learn anything new?
Well, I watch them. There's some videos I'm like, I don't even remember making this video. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
Now,
but I go back and watch
our
them.
videos, and I've never even seen them. So
I go back so I can see. I was like, I could have done that better. I shouldn't have done that. So I always watch them after they upload.
Yeah. Did you make a separate YouTube channel, like names? You can watch your own and then still get credit.
No, I should comment on it. How great it is. Thumb it up.
Yeah, we've been talking about some new plans, things to kind of freshen up the direction of the channel recently. So we're going to be doing some shorter format stuff too. You just have to. You can't only put out 35, 40-minute episodes every Sunday night and really get far.
Yeah, you've got to at least try. As long as the best thing I tell people is have a set schedule that you can tell people. If they know that's the day you do it. That took me forever to get in. That's why about this year I've been doing at the same time every day. Because I used to make a video and get so excited I couldn't wait to upload it. And I would upload it at any time during the day.
So I think the only thing we actually have going for us is the set schedule. And then after that, we have no clue.
John always changes his schedule, though. Always.
I don't know how you do it with other people because I do a live stream every other Saturday with my buddy, and we try to do one every other week, and it's like once a month, if that. Sometimes.
Well, here's the thing with the schedule. I'd say, okay, this is going to be uploaded at 9, or this is going to premiere at 9 o'clock on Sunday night, right? I'm like, no, I thought we're going to change it to 6. I'm like, nobody told me that. That's how I changed the schedule, Charles.
Y'all don't try this live?
We haven't tried it.
We are. Yet. I think we will eventually.
Yeah, you need to do live, honestly.
You know what it is? We here's the real answer. I'll answer for all of us right now. Up until recently, we were using software where the person that was talking was on the screen. So I would be talking, and Brandon would be eating falafel. Charles would go take a nap. Christopher was, babysitting, and then they would throw their kids out of their lap, like when it was their turn to talk, that kind of thing. So now we're all on the screen. We have to be focused, pay attention. Like this is almost equivalent to a live show in my, more close to a live show in my opinion. John's going to be doing way less editing on this over the last month than our previous stuff. We would have tons of junk to cut out. And now
the good thing about live, you can't edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it builds live helps build a community. Gets you, people coming back and kind of building that where they feel like they're part of a group.
Yeah, I agree. When there's a live chat and they're watching something happen in real time, it does make a difference. I watch lives myself and it does feel different.
Yeah. But it's not always easy because I got like 26,000 subs and my live streams get like 50 views. So sometimes I'm like, wow, where are all these people? So you just got to time it just right. You got to time it on.
We're huge in, where is it? Singapore?
Denmark.
We're very, very big in Denmark.
Yeah, huge. We're huge in Denmark.
Last month, we were enormous in India.
Really? I got spam watching you? Spam bots? Mine's like 98% US.
We're actually like mostly not in the US.
Odd. Do y'all do it in a different language? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, we have a service. You should hear Brandon in Pakistani.
In Swahili.
Okay.
No, we don't.
So what's the next step for Junkman? Is there another step for you? Is there anything that you got coming that you're going to be doing soon, or what?
Not really. Honestly, I don't. People always, what video's coming next? I was like, I don't know. I don't even plan on them ahead of time. I don't know what, like tomorrow. Well, I got my noon video for tomorrow going up already. But my 8 o'clock, I won't know till about 5 o'clock, and I'll sit here and stress out. Because I know it takes me about 2 hours to edit, so I'll start stressing out by 5. I was like, I can't find nothing to talk about. So I've got some stuff like soon as I get bigger that I want to do, but right now, and I think the thing I got coming is killing my podcast because no one cares about it.
How big do you want to get?
Enough so I can not have a day job, get paid for doing what I like to do.
So how many subs is that?
Well, it's mostly views and subs, I guess.
Is it? Okay.
I figure if I could get 20,000 views per video, that would be awesome. But I'll probably get 20,000 views per video and then complain and won't 40.
We're 5 ways. So just imagine split into 5.
Oh, somebody send you that $5 super chat and YouTube they says 30%. Then you got to split it 5 ways.
So we need 100,000 views each episode.
Yeah, good luck.
We're at about 500.
Shane, yeah. All right, I'm gonna log off now.
Charles is already planning his own channel, just so you know, so he can monetize himself. It's called Just Charles.
Just Charles.
Build the audience here and then make them all come over there. Yeah. Smart.
So smart.
Because he's spitting fire here. Nobody can wait to hear what he's got to say for 40 minutes straight.
He's planning to use this as his retirement.
Smart.
The only one out of us 5 that actually has our own channel is John. It's called Just John.
Just John.
I do.
Do you still post videos on?
I haven't posted videos on there forever because you guys send me crap every day. So I don't have to.
You're just helping promote. There's just another place to promote this one. Huh?
Yeah.
So, Junkman, take us through like loosely a typical day for you? Not, you don't have to get particulars, but you're working a day job, it sounds like. And then, if you're putting out 2-3 videos a day, I mean, I'm just trying to picture, how you fit in time for all of that.
I don't have a life.
YouTube is your life.
I do my real job, get home usually about 3 o'clock, and then, I'll take a break in about an hour. See, I'm divorced, so I don't want to get my son every other weekend. Or sometimes he'll come during the week, but he's on his computer in his room. So I don't watch TV. So after work, that's what I'm doing on the computer. Like I said, I'm usually pulling my hair out by 6 o'clock, stressing out. And then my son's like, "You don't have to make a video." I was like, "Yes, I do. I have to." Like the people are counting on it, but they probably don't care if I miss the day or not.
So if we say to you, like, what did you think about the final season of Ozark? Like, you wouldn't even know what the heck we're
Well, Ozark I do watch. I have like one show a month I watch. I watch Ozark. And now I have nothing. And I'm watching the new Star Trek, and then I got Obi-Wan, and that'll be it.
Okay. Are you regretting that you spent time watching Boba Fett?
I like Boba Fett.
All right.
I didn't love it, but it was entertaining. It was past my time.
Hold on. I gotta go.
People are overcritical, but everything doesn't have to be awesome and great and the best ever. Sometimes
it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't. But when there's cyber punk rockers on bikes,
Power Rangers.
That's what teenagers do. They have bright stuff to show off. I don't have to like it, but I'm supposed to like them. I don't like teenage punks.
I almost sold my whole collection after watching that.
Junkman is the Green Ranger.
If I survive the holiday special and I survive 2 Ewok movies, I can survive Boba Fett.
I like any new Star Wars content. Sign me up.
That's actually true. Yeah. I'm hoping that the Obi-Wan is much different and much better.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I hope he's in it. I'm gonna do a whole episode with just Boba Fett.
So Vanity Fair has been putting out a lot of pictures of what they're thinking is not what's gonna happen, but a lot of stuff on set.
leaks and stuff, but I hadn't read it. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to know nothing going in. So
Yeah, Obi-Wan I heard is in the first 2 episodes, and then the rest of the series is just The Mandalorian.
Yep.
yeah,
Jar Jar.
I actually heard the Mandalorian's in it.
Really? Must be a kid though, right?
I say he can't be alive. I was just gonna let you go with it.
No.
I was going to let you go with it.
Yeah, I was gonna see where he's going.
It's going to be interesting to see, though, who they bring back for the show. That's what
If it's not good, I mean, this is the one that's gonna break the fandom more because it's Obi-Wan. This one has to be good, I feel like.
Are you doing a review on this one or no?
I'm thinking about it. I hadn't decided yet because, like I said, they don't really do that good. But then everybody wants me to do one. So,
Because if you do, just let us know because we're huge in Denmark. We can help you out.
oh, okay. I'll remember that. I mean, I'll do one just for Denmark then.
We don't even know if we're going to do
You need a shirt that says that. I'm huge in Denmark.
Huge in Denmark.
Yeah.
We'll get 2 people to buy that too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We kind of figured out fairly quickly. You know, it took us a couple of weeks, but in the midst of recording those, wrap-ups of the Boba show, we realized you have to be that kind of maniac who watches it at 3 a.m. Eastern time, when they release it at that ridiculous time. Who cares about midnight Pacific? How do you not release it, prime time?
Yeah, I don't get that.
You have to be the maniac who's going to watch it at 3 a.m. Eastern time and then do your reaction video at 4 o'clock in the morning and release it immediately. And those are the people that actually do get views on those recaps.
Yeah, you got to be first with it.
First one's out there. We're watching it the next day and then recording it 3 days later. Nobody cares.
And then we air it in 3 weeks after that.
I do a live stream usually sometime. Well, when Boba Fett was, I was doing a live stream that night anyway. So I would just talk like the first half of it about it.
So our recap videos were so popular that when episode 7 came, we never even did one. We just gave up.
We just abandoned it.
Yeah, we just completely abandoned it. We did the first 6 and that's it.
I think we're recording that next
about
week.
it.
All the people who actually watched them probably loved it because we were all over the place. Like after the first episode, my brother, Chris, he loved the show. He was like, "It's Star Wars, it's Boba Fett, it's amazing." And then all of a sudden he's like, "It's terrible. I'm not going on the show again." And it's there. It's like we're all over the place.
He was ripping down the full display shelves of his collection and smashing them on the floor. And
man, well, when you get ready to throw away some Star Wars stuff, you can just send them to me.
I'll let you know. I'm actually gonna dig them like on underground, and then I'll let you know in 20 years where to go.
No, okay. I'll do a video of me digging them up.
So,
I don't.
Go ahead.
I know how y'all feel not liking Boba Fett. I mean, it's a little off topic, maybe, but that Star Trek Picard, I would hate watch it, and I would just be so angry on Twitter trying to watch it. And I was like, "Why am I watching this?" And then it got to the point where it was just I would drag it out because it's like it's just gonna put me in a bad mood.
Yeah,
it is the worst show I've ever seen in my whole life.
I haven't even watched it yet. I've been wanting to watch it, but
try to make it through the first episode.
If you're a fan of Next Generation, you're gonna really hate it.
Yeah,
it makes no sense, the whole story. But that new Star Trek show is pretty good. I've been watching that Strange New World, and I was surprised. It was good.
I've been dying to watch it too, and everyone just says it's so bad that I just keep pushing it off.
Which one? Picard?
Yeah, Picard.
Yeah, yes.
I
can't believe it got put on TV. It makes
every now and then, if
sense.
you hold off on watching something, and you wanted to watch it as soon as it came out, but for whatever reason you couldn't get to it, every now and then that pays off. You start to hear in word of mouth, and you're like, "Oh, thank God I didn't watch it." Or the season's over, and then you hear an announcement that it's been canceled, and you're like, "Oh, thank God I didn't watch that. It's canceled already."
And I told myself, I said, "I'm not watching season 3. I'm not watching season 3." And then I heard the original cast is all coming back. Next Generation. Yeah, now I gotta watch it and see what they do with it.
Exactly.
I got you. They pulled those bodies out of the morgue and threw them on TV.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Oh, I have an announcement to read. I almost forgot. I was told to make this announcement.
All right, boys, let's take a break for 1 minute and just let everyone know this episode is brought to you by Rogue 5 Toys. You can find us at rogue5toys.com. That is our sales page on Facebook to accompany this podcast. You'll find all 5 of us, Brandon, Charles, Christopher, John, and myself, there as collector sellers. That's our way to pass on some parts of our collection or new collections as we acquire them. It's also our way to keep in contact with all of our viewers, listeners, and friends of the show throughout the week in between episodes. So please come check us out on Facebook. Rogue5toys.com will get you right there. And if you're looking for collectibles, vintage Star Wars, some modern stuff, other collectible lines go up there as well, other toy lines, come hang out with us there and you will see things as they're posted up. And you can buy, you can hang out, you can see the fun stuff that we put up there and just interact with the guests of the show. If you're appreciating everything we do, come hang out with us there and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss anything. All right, let's get back to the action. Boys, what are we talking about next? So let's throw back for a second to, young Junkman, childhood Junkman. What were your favorite toy lines? I don't know if you have some of those now, but what do you remember collecting besides Star Wars? And then, where did that lead you collection-wise? Did you start getting some of those things back more recently?
There was something besides Star Wars.
Well, at some point they stopped selling them in the store, so we had to get some.
Mid '80s, I started getting into He-Man. I was always a kid like one focus. I got Star Wars when it came out, and then Santa Claus bought me a bunch of He-Man stuff in '84. So that kind of forced me over to He-Man for about maybe a year, and then I was out of toys after that. Moved on from toys for a few years after that, but I had toys here and there, but it was mostly Star Wars and then He-Man, and I got a few He-Man stuff back there, but as soon as the Star Wars stuff, I went back to get. In fact, in the '90s, I traded all my old He-Man stuff for old Star Wars stuff.
Okay, so now when you go around and you see just some old vintage stuff, is it outside of Star Wars? Is it just more for you of, hey, that's really cool, I'm gonna grab that? That's just a cool thing to put on my shelf.
Lately, it's been more, I want something back here. I like the unique stuff. Like I was telling you at ICC Con, I bought a Star Wars vintage watch, still in the box and everything. And I like that really odd Star Wars stuff that's between 77 and 79 before it became after Empire, it became a lot more what it is today.
Merchandising went nuts then,
Yeah, it went that, and it just became, everybody knew it was going to be around for a while, but that early 70s stuff. And then I like to buy a bunch of, usually if I had it in my childhood and I'll see it. It's been a lot of 70s stuff lately that I barely remember. And I'll
John
see
remembers it vaguely.
Yeah. Like Pulsar Man. I saw that at ICC. I don't know if you remember it. Heart beating, and I almost got myself into getting it, but I never did it. Yeah.
So no like modern stuff at all?
I'll buy the newer retro stuff, like the new Star Wars retro figure line. Okay. Then everything else is just, if I see it, I'll pick it up if it's something.
Not like the Black Series or anything like that?
The Black Series has to be, like, I think I got the Mandalorian over there.
Okay.
But mostly it has to be something that they hadn't made 300 times already. And it really grabs me.
Shane's huge into the Black Series. He's our Black Series guy.
Oh, God, not this again.
No, does that mean he doesn't like
series? I don't have any of them. They love to say this, though.
No. They're mostly
like 10 times already.
Nope, I'm just vintage now.
Just there.
Brandon, what's going on with your light? It's like you're
I'm just gonna
being
say
abducted by aliens.
UFOs are coming for me.
Yeah, I like it has nothing other than the background, just a white wall, and everybody else has got the toys all behind them.
Yeah, he's sharing
like some divorced dad's apartment
with us.
We're actually thinking of throwing him out, so he's probably out.
Need to at least get you a green screen so you can Photoshop some toys behind you.
Would this shock you if I told you that he stores all of his Star Wars stuff in drawers?
Man, let them breathe. You got to get them out there. Although I have a lot of my closet, but at least have
Charles
one.
Puts all his stuff in his closet. And see, there you go.
Closet.
I got a lot in boxes, but
Yeah, but the Junkman's closet is way different because he actually makes videos I've seen from in the closet.
Oh, that was different house. That was that's the only room I had. Yeah, that was when I first started. That was the only room I had because my
I
daughter had her room. Yeah, so I guess I'll do it in the closet. And so then she went to college, and I moved upstairs and started doing her old room.
Charles goes into his closet and has 7 minutes in heaven with his collection. Loves hanging out in there.
We all been there.
Needs that long?
And you at least have like one vintage figure in the background. Like it's just you, like 1/3 of a fan, and just a white.
Yeah.
He's in a doctor's waiting room.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's carded, and at least it keeps it in a case.
Is it graded?
No.
I love that card back.
Don't know why.
Do you have any graded figures yourself?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I'm taking my kids to New York, so I think I got to sell that Amanda Man because I didn't know plane tickets went up so much.
Oh my gosh.
Well, see, I bought plane tickets to go to take them to New York like 2019, and COVID hit. So I got a credit for those tickets I bought because they wouldn't give me my money back. So I went to look at my plane tickets, and they're like 2 times what I paid for them. So now I can't use them because it cost me a fortune to get anywhere. So I'm like, well, shit.
It's not even worth even flying there.
Yeah.
Don't even come here. It's terrible.
Well, I went once for work, but I just wanted the kids to see downtown one time.
New York City.
New York City is like the slums now.
It's the armpit of the United States.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show them, and then they won't want to go back.
Do what, Brandon?
I thought that was New Jersey.
How dare you, sir? We have trees here.
But you don't have goats.
No, we got goats.
We got goats.
I don't know of any goats around here, but we have some horses and some cows.
We definitely have goats.
There's definitely
y'all guys extra room up there. I can save some money. I know where to go now when I come up.
Got bums.
You had a suggestion for new collectors. You had a suggestion off the cuff for us, but in terms of the channel, in terms of promoting the channel, I don't know how much other social media you do. I know you do some other stuff. What kind of suggestion would you have for taking something to the next level? Okay, you've got some sort of a base in the channel. What do you do next? Where do you focus?
For my channel?
No, for us. We don't care about your channel.
Okay. Well, get every social media app that you can get and use it. I know it's a pain in the ass.
It is.
Well, I got to go on Twitter, then I have to go on Instagram, then I have to go on Facebook. And then I take some just so I can have the names and nobody else takes it one day down the road.
Are you on TikTok, Junkman?
I'm on there, but nobody watches my videos on there.
Are you working on there, or what do you do on there? It's just stupid. Whatever pops in my head. That's short. But
we probably add like 15 followers every day on TikTok, and 3/4 of them it's like 3/4 of like a female's face, like, and like 3/4 of her body, and she just always has, and it's just some weird name. So, I don't know how they have our name, but someone gave our name out. We just have all these weird followers.
I'll put a video. My last video I looked, it's like 3 days later and had 0 views because my son's like, that's where everybody's looking at stuff now, though. They ain't watching old Star Wars stuff.
Everyone on TikTok.
Do we follow back, Charles?
That's actually one of our hugest views, I think. It's almost like 3,000 views.
It is.
I'm just like rolling the turtle van.
He's just rolling it around on the floor.
It's got 3,000 views.
Yeah, I put my land speeder on my my little robot vacuum cleaner. Play the Star Wars music, and it got pretty good. But,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Charles, write that down.
Write that down.
I hear those YouTube shorts are good because I heard YouTube's really promoting them, but I just can't do. I'm not good at coming up with short stuff.
We've been doing a lot.
Yeah, we just started that also.
Yeah, so I haven't tried many of that yet.
So you got to get 4 other idiots with you, and then you can assign homework.
There you go.
That is the one big benefit is we were able to each take, some different stuff, between TikTok and Instagram and, a couple different locations on Facebook. It's so much to remember to do.
Oh yeah. I got Facebook and I got my Patreon Facebook group, which I always forget about, sadly. Then I'm a normal Facebook. So, well, y'all got 5. Y'all each can have your own social media. Then.
Well, so I handle the Instagram for our page, and Charles does the TikTok, and we all just take turns and do certain things. Brandon is our flat-chested secretary. He does all of the writing down.
Now y'all not on Twitter? I think I looked for y'all on Twitter.
We're not.
That's the first place I looked.
We have an account saved, but we're not on there actively. Yeah, we got to get on Twitter too.
Oh, it's a cesspool. You have to get on there. You gotta have some thick. You gotta have some thick skin. That's why I don't care what they say in my comments, because I'm used to Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter, cesspool is a really good way to put it. Twitter gets nasty.
I like Twitter though. It gets a lot of bad rep, but I'm on there too much. My Instagram, you can't put links. That's what I hate about Instagram.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I bought Junkman, Junkman.com, ThatJunkman.com. That way I can say it easier on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, check out in the description below. We'll have all of Junkman's links there. Please go over to his channel and check out all the great content he has. After you're sick of our faces, he's got tons more stuff to watch and laugh with him about over at that channel. So check it out for sure.
Wait, is that a Hulk hand back there behind?
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a whole video on the Hulk hand. Okay. Glad to see you still have it.
Video where Charles is wearing the Thanos gauntlet and he doesn't even know what it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what it's called. He has it all backwards on the wrong hand.
John, is that the whole can where you can put a beer in?
No, yeah, I mean you can put it. You have to hollow out a hole though.
No, they sell them where you can put a cup in there or a beer or whatever.
They already have it done.
No,
already.
they're just regular old.
That's the one that can hold a vape pen, Brandon.
Oh yeah, got it.
Yes, it makes noise, right? Yeah, I did the whole history of that. So if you want to know the history of it, I got a whole video on.
I watched it.
Nice.
I'm like, I'm at the bottom of the barrel now.
I mainly watch all the Star Wars ones and then the Indiana Jones.
And yeah, they're hard to get. It's hard to find anything good on Indiana Jones that haven't been covered, but yeah.
There's just not much, but it's still fun to watch.
Yeah.
Chris has got a tingling in his undercarriage about Indiana Jones lately. He can't wait to start the whole collection. Yeah, he wants all the vintage figures. He's just about ready to pounce.
I already have them all.
He has them.
You have all the vintage?
You have
You have them loose, right? Yeah.
Well, I have them all loose graded.
Oh, I didn't know you finished that.
Yeah, I finished it. Now I'm doing the play sets because there's 4 of them. So I'm
You hit the lottery?
Nice.
the lottery.
I can afford any of the Indiana Jones stuff.
He
Oh,
collects
that's a good card there. That's a nice
he
card.
collects like this. He wakes
I
up.
wish I got them in the 90s when I started getting Star Wars, but they're just too expensive now.
He wakes up on Monday morning and he's like, you know what? I want the whole collection of the Indiana Jones. And by Monday afternoon, he has them all.
Graded.
Says the turtle guy.
Just got the horse.
Yeah. I even got the horse.
Yeah.
So
You got the Temple of Doom stuff too?
No,
I got silver right
Come
there.
on, there's only 3 of them. You can get them.
I know. I'm probably going to.
I was looking at the mocks and the weapons are so small that that's probably why they're so expensive. I think because they're even worse than Star Wars. I mean the gun or the pistol that one of these figures has is so small that you'd lose it immediately after opening it.
Then you got to find an Indy while I broke thumb.
Yeah.
Like mine
So
broke thumb. Looks okay.
It's his pistol and then the whip. Look how small these things are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm in love with them. It's my
I've been wanting to get into the Indiana Jones stuff. I've got like just Indy back there.
No, I see him. Yeah.
I got the Temple of Doom Indy and the
Is
Kenner.
there a thumb on it or no thumb?
No. Hard to find that thumb.
What's the
So
run?
hard.
The numbers and the runs compared to Star Wars, is it a lot less produced?
I would say because it was only out for about a year and then it got canceled. So it's got to be a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
And then the one that you do find, especially Indiana Jones, the problem is that his thumb breaks off on like all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if this happens to you guys much, or you can think of a line that this happened to you on. I was a huge Indiana Jones fan as a kid. Like I would watch the first 2 movies before the third came out all the time on TV. Huge fan. I am oblivious to the fact that there were toys because I feel like if I was aware of them, I would have wanted them, but I have no recollection of even wanting them.
Well, they got canceled so fast, so it wasn't like it was out for a long period of time.
Yeah, I think they came out about a year after. They were kind of slow to the market.
Okay.
Was that Kenner or was that Galoob?
Kenner.
Kenner.
It was
No,
Kenner?
Kenner did Raiders and LJN did Temple.
LJN.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even recall that being a toy line. And I think that happened to me another time too with another shorter run toy line. But or I was saying this in a recent episode, Ghostbuster toys. Those are not a short run or short lived, but I was a huge Ghostbuster fan for the movie, and I have no recollection of the toys. I have no memory of wanting the toys, seeing them in the store. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, I think I was out of it by the time the toys hit. I was out because they're based on the cartoon, right? So I mean that's another reason. Came out a little later.
Oh, yeah, the real Ghostbusters or whatever they were called.
Yeah, there was no Ghostbusters movie line, right?
Okay. And I watched the cartoon too. So, I mean, the same thing applies because I did watch the cartoon.
Yeah, they were the cartoon.
They had 2 cartoons. They had the Ghostbusters and
that's right.
the real Ghostbusters.
The real Ghostbusters. Yep.
And the real Ghostbusters didn't have Egon and Venkman and all those guys. It was somebody else.
That's the one where they had the girls instead, or no?
Yeah. That was the reboot, the terrible reboot.
Okay.
Do you have the 12-inch Indiana Jones?
No, I don't have that.
That is an ugly hat. That's the ugliest hat I've ever seen on Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I've actually, That's the biggest complaint is the hat. It's so dumb.
They had to know how to make hats back then. I don't know why they did that.
It's like felt. It's made out of
felt. It looks nothing like a Pandora.
But the weird thing about it is that like they came out with just the one figure and that's it. It's one 12-inch Indiana Jones. There's nothing else.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
And then when the LJN came out with the Indiana Jones, they made 3 figures and then it got canceled already.
Yeah, they had a wheelie and a short run plan that never came out.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
And they're not really good. They're not nice figures, are they?
Watching?
Was that just the first wave? Like 3 figures is such a small and odd number.
Yeah, it's first wave.
Yeah, they just keep getting canceled because they're not, they're not very popular for kids to play with.
I guess they were really, really unsure, and they were like, "Let's just do 3, and if by some chance they sell, or if we ship gold, then we'll make more."
I'm pretty sure Hasbro came out with a line also during the Crystal Skull, and then that got canceled. Really,
there's so many different ones. There's like
they flooded the market, and they flooded the market.
Yeah,
and then Last Crusade didn't get nothing when it was released, so
which is weird.
That's why I'm not expecting much for this. New movie going to have toy wise.
That seems like looking back on it, hindsight's always 20/20, but that seems like an epic fail because the Indiana Jones franchise is one of the top action franchises of all time. Like how they were not able to sell some toys is, it's a very short run. Is kind of mind-blowing.
I think with Indiana Jones, it's one of those things I said before. Kids wanted to play like they were Indiana Jones and play with Indiana Jones. And you had Belloc in his business suit. You had Nazis. I don't know how many kids. I mean, it just wasn't like Star Wars. We had aliens and
what kid really
you had aliens and
around as like a Nazi figure, like
you had one that had that. He was doing the Nazi salute. So,
yeah, his hands.
I mean, he couldn't sell that good.
Did they make the guy who the big bulging guy who fought him at the airplane?
Yes. Yeah.
At least you could have a fight with him. Yeah.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
The
like
German mechanic
or the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, Iron Sheik.
They look like the Iron Sheik.
But I think there's 2 series. I mean, they wasn't that bad of a flop.
Okay.
They did get 2 out of Raiders. They got 2 series in.
There was 2
4 backs and then.
Yeah, they came out with the first 4 figures, and then I think they released 5 more after that, and then some play sets.
Mhm.
And the playsets are pretty cool.
And then the horse, you just can't forget about that horse.
Yeah, that horse. That's the only thing I don't think I have. R2 and 3PO's on that Arc playset.
Is it? Oh yes, yeah.
They're on the
Oh,
cover
are
of the
they?
Arc.
Yeah.
They're on the cover. They got a cover for the Arc, and they're on the hieroglyphics
Yep.
carved on there,
Oh, nice.
like in
Was
the
that
movie.
you-
Yeah.
Was that you who made the
did not
video or no?
I don't know. I did 2 videos on things hidden in toys, so I don't
Yeah,
know if I talk about that or not. Yeah,
See, you
Star
do
Wars has got some hidden stuff on.
you do research. That would take a lot of effort.
It's mostly just it's 30 years of hearing stuff in my head.
Yeah. That's like, I think, speaking of like hearing stuff for 30 years in your head, do you remember when everybody said that the Emperor figure was like the most expensive figure that you could get? Do you remember that? Like one of the
I don't
rarest.
know what fool said that.
Man, I
One of
remember
the
that.
5 idiots that said that. Was it?
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, they're like, the Emperor, you got to get the Emperor figure. He's a hard one to get. You can only get him by mail.
Oh, yeah, it's free to start with. I thought you meant as more of an adult collector, but no.
Oh, no, it's kids.
Oh, okay. I sent all for him and he never showed up
Yeah.
as a kid.
I think the only one that I got was Zuckus. Or
Zuckus.
4LOM, whatever.
Yeah.
It's Zuckus.
So the
Yeah.
Junkman is actually still waiting every day for the Emperor to show up at his doorstep.
I check my mailbox every day. And I was probably a stupid kid. I probably didn't put a stamp on it or nothing. Just threw it in the mailbox and threw it away.
I'm actually just going to mail you one
It's
day.
probably-
Just so
There
you
you
know.
I was going to say that. Just send it one as a thank you and be done with it.
Send it to my parents' house and say, hey, tell them you found this. And
I found the mailing. It probably wound up with this in the same place that your letter to George Lucas wound up.
that's right. Probably.
Guys, anything else for Junkman while he's here? We were super excited to have you tonight. I'm pretty sure. What time is it now? We're an hour in. We'll
11.
probably make this a 2-parter, and we'll
A 2-parter. We ain't talk that long.
well, that'll be up to John, really. But we'll make you. We'll force you to help promote it for us.
Okay, no problem. I'll put it on Twitter so I can see the comments.
He's going to put it in the cesspool. Actually, you know what? Put it on TikTok because it gets 0 views.
Oh, yeah. I'll put really help y'all out.
All right. Well, we want to say thank you. We really do appreciate you taking the time to sit and hang with us, chat with us. It's always fun to talk to another collector, a serious collector, and certainly somebody who has a nice following on YouTube, has been doing it for a handful of years, and someone, that we look up to in that sense. We watch a lot of your videos, and we appreciate talking to you tonight.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
Really.
Junkman.
All
Been
right.
watching you for a while, so it's good to finally talk to you and have you on.
Oh, the fanboys. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
I had been though, at least
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll find some other way to cross promote again. Have you on the show in the future. Blah 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 blah. Right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys, please check out the description once again. We're going to have all of Junkman's links there. You can find him, his YouTube channel, and all his socials as well. Please subscribe to our channel, 5 Idiots Talking Toys, here on YouTube, on your favorite podcast app. And again, look for that giveaway on the homepage of our channel. And we will see you in the next episode. Thanks very much for watching. We appreciate you all. Have a good night.
Later.
Good night.
Good night.
Yep.